Hi, this is Andrew. I'm going to take you through the language features question on the Level 2 reading paper. It's an important question. It's worth a total of 4 marks. So you need to know exactly what is required. Okay, so if we look at this example, using TextC, identify 2 language features used to persuade the audience to consider a career in IT. Firstly, you need to give the language feature. It could be direct address or emotive language. Just list the feature. Here, you need to give an example. Now, this example needs to come clearly from the text. Okay, so it needs to be an actual example that you're lifting from the text, which connects to that language feature that you've chosen. There's no use having an example here which doesn't really fit into the language feature that you've stated here. And then you do the same. Here you need to give a different language feature from the text. So if you've chosen direct address here, then here you could maybe choose emotive language, and again give a clear example from the text to illustrate that. Okay, we're going to have a look at an example text now. I'll just enlarge this for you. Okay. So this is an example of something you might get in your reading exam. It's a transcript of a speech about working in IT. You can see all the different language features are labelled here. So you've got direct address, thank you, the use of you or your, it's always direct address. Why is direct address used? Well, it's to engage the reader, to entice the reader into the text that's written. So it's very much about making it a sort of personal for the reader. Then here, the next feature is the use of the first person I. I never really considered a career in IT. But I is the first person I. Why is that used? Well, it's very much used to capture the writer's personal experiences. So as to make the person reading it feel more involved and more engaged. And then down here we have hyperbole or exaggeration. Let's have a look at our example. I am constantly developing my knowledge. Okay, why is this an example of hyperbole or exaggeration? Because the word constantly tells us that probably every day in the real world we're not always developing our knowledge, but we need to use slightly exaggerated language here to really sell our skills and really may the person reading it sort of take notice of what we're saying. And then down here we've got an example of repetition. Working very, very hard to develop your skills. Why is very being used twice? Again, to really highlight or emphasize this need to develop knowledge and skills. Okay, so they're just some examples of language features. It's always helpful to just recap on those features as part of your revision. And a video, a quiz will follow this video. Thanks.